All right, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tucson, we're back again on this beautiful Saturday morning. Listen, it's the Fresh Start Show with Dr. Hope. My co host, Tom Cortez, is in the building. And let me tell you, it's another day's journey, and we're glad about it. Listen, we're glad to be here another day. God has been good to you. If you woke up this morning, you ought to be glad about it. We are here to do what we can to make a difference in our city and be a blessing to our community, bring healing to our community. Fresh Start is a nonprofit organization. It is our mission to ensure that everyone deserves a new beginning. It doesn't matter how many times you've been to jail, been to prison, how many mistakes you've made. We want to make sure that when you're ready to make a difference and you're ready to take over your future, we want to make sure everyone gets a new beginning. And that's what Fresh Start is about. What kind of business are we in? We are in the recidivism business. We are to break, dismantle, and reverse recidivism. What does recidivism mean? I'm glad you asked me. I don't ever want you to assume that you know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a nice word to say we want to keep people who've been incarcerated to never go back to prison. That's pretty much what recidivism is, keeping people from going back to prison. Well, how do you do that? Well, you got to catch them when they're coming out of prison, or sometimes even before they come out of prison, making sure that they're getting the connections, the resources, and all of the things they need to take back over their life and have a broader future. And so that's what recidivism does, from getting jobs, getting housing, and sometimes mental health support. Because sometimes it's hard to give somebody a job who has a dysregulated mindset. So sometimes you got to heal the brain and heal the mind in order to impact them in such a way that they can start a fresh start in their life. So that's what we're about. And you guys know we hold the largest public safety event in the city at the TCC every October. We'll be back October 19th this year at the TCC. We just held a wonderful smaller event called Fresh Start Empowerment Clinics on March 23rd. And guess what? Our second Fresh Start Empowerment Clinic is coming back to you on June 8th. June 8th.
There we go.
Please save the date, June 8th. And guess what we're focusing on? Warrants. It's going to be warrant day. So if you got a warrant, a misdemeanor warrant in the city, we're going to do what we can to help you. So June 8th, you want to beat us there, meet us there at the Goodwill on Silver Lake. Meet us there. We're going to be there again from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And June 8th will be our second Fresh Start Empowerment Clinic, and it is going to be warrant day. So if you're looking over your back, if you're scared that you're going to get pulled over and taken to jail, let's stop that now. Saturday, June 8th, we're coming back at you at the Goodwill on East Silver Lake. So join us there. We will have the courts. We will have the judges. We will have prosecutors. It's going to be June 8th, warrant day. If you have a warrant, you want to come down, let's squash that warrant so you don't have to worry about going to the county jail. We want you with your family. We want you going to work. We want you maintaining your car. We want you to maintain all those things that's important to you. So, again, meet us there, beat us there at June 8th. It's going down again. Another Fresh Start Empowerment Clinic. Well, what is that? It's a smaller event that many people in the community can still get help without waiting to the October big expo. It's the smaller version of the expo, but it's just we're doing something every quarterly so we can help people who's coming out of prison all throughout the year. We know people are coming out of prison at the beginning of the year, so that you don't have to wait all the way to October. We're making it happen for you. So it's going to be warrant day. Warrant day, warrant day. Save the date. We're getting a flyer out soon. But please keep it locked. Warrant day. Fresh Start Empowerment Clinic on June 8th at the Goodwill. So you want to meet us there. We'll be starting again at 9 a.m. We had an amazing time as our first clinic in March. So this is our second one. So come out. Bring your issues. We still will be helping you with your license issues. We will still be helping with tickets. We still be helping with court fees and fines. But the big thing is if you have a warrant, We want to keep you out of jail. That's recidivism. What makes Fresh Start different, Tom, is that we're not having meetings about issues. We're not having a meeting like, well, why are people going to jail? What's the data on people going back to prison? We don't need to have 100 meetings on that stuff. What people need is resources. What people need are events like what we're doing to actually keep people out of prison. We don't need to keep having listening sessions about Ray going to prison.
That's right.
I mean, come on. Like, at some point, we have to bring the resources to the city. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying having meetings and panels are not appropriate, but man,
they serve their purpose. But
how many panels, Tom, do we got to have in the year to talk about what the issues are in our community?
One session of IDS where you sit down and you ideate, you discuss, and you find a solution, and then you get everybody out in the field and you do it and you enact it. And what happens every quarter? We're doing an empowerment clinic. Once a year, we're doing the expo. Once a year, we're doing a giveaway of food and gifts at Christmas time. We're out in the community doing those things. The empowerment clinic you're talking about at the Goodwill, March 23rd, 133 guests came through. We had 11 vendors. One of those vendors represented about 6 to 12 different employers. 22 volunteers came out. And here's a really cool number, bro. Is the restoration and set-aside process was started for 17 people.
Nice.
Seal your record for 17 people.
Yeah.
And they'll go before a judge, and they'll have that elephant lifted off their back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, that's like the big warrant.
And still got time to vote in this election cycle.
Yeah, that's right. Right. For county attorney.
Yeah, right?
In June. Is it June or July? Yeah, when I'm voting. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It is, bro,
and it's empowering.
And it is, and you know, we see the rhetoric that is against what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we also see more people getting on board with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing the lives that have been affected by people coming and getting their rights restored.
Yeah.
Those guys we talked to outside of the empowerment clinic, that one guy, $7,000 of fines, bro.
Crazy. Crazy.
For people that are in poverty.
Yeah.
You don't see an end to that tunnel.
That's right.
$7,000. That's unreachable.
Yes, right.
Right.
That's right.
So for them to take that away, and
because you got to think the average American barely even got a couple thousand in savings for a rainy day. Right.
A battery or a tire, bro, is catastrophic loss for people that live in poverty.
Yeah.
And that's $200, a battery or a tire.
Yeah.
Because how many cars do you see driving around the city with that little donut tire on there?
Yeah.
That's because they can't afford it.
They can't afford it,
bro.
And
you know they don't have insurance.
Right. And that can offset your whole budget.
Yeah.
Just a tire. Yeah. Right. So when you talk about somebody who has to pay thousands of dollars over tickets or court fees and fines versus their rent or their mortgage, well, they're gonna choose their rent or mortgage every time, every day. But because of the fact that many members of our community in this time are suffering from social economical challenges, that can be a matter of me having a house or being evicted, you know, and so to be able to come to a Fresh Start event and just wipe out that $7,000 is huge.
Huge. And we had that young man, it's not as much, it was $2,000, but a young man came in October and he brought all of his money, bro. All of his money, because he couldn't put it in the bank because it would get garnished, right? He brought all of his money and he sat before the judge and he sat it on there and he said, this is everything I have. If I pay all of this, I can't pay my rent and I can't feed my family.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. And the judge said, take your money and go home and feed your family.
You go feed your family. Well, we'll just wipe this out.
Yeah.
But this is what Fresh Start doing every day.
So
Tom, when people are skeptical about, are they really doing it? Are you mean to tell me that people are coming in with? I've had people come to me like 20,000. We ain't talking about just 2,000 and 3,000. We have people had $20,000 and $30,000 of tickets, court fees, and fines. And when they came to a Fresh Start event, our judges wiped it out. Like. No, let's get yourself together. Let's get your driver's license together. Are we making that up?
No, bro, and God, bro, I remember from the first one, a young lady came running out of the courts, and she called her family right away on speakerphone, and she said, it's gone. They showed me on the computer screen, it's gone. I can get my kids back. And it was like, oh my God, what did they do? She said she had a misdemeanor, a class 6 felony, class 1 misdemeanor that didn't allow her to have custody of her kids.
Wow.
And they dismissed that, bro. And she was able to get her kids back.
Yeah.
Is that real? Yeah, that's real, bro.
Really real.
A mom in a child's life, a dad in a child's life, parents back together. I mean, people reconciled not only with their families and their friends, but they're reconciled with the community that they were alienated from to begin with, bro. Because restorative justice, we keep them together. The justice system separates everything. Automatically, bro, we'll put the victim over here, we'll put the assailant over here, we'll put the court in between them, and we'll make both their lives miserable. Right? And never shall the two meet again. You know, whereas some of the greatest restorations have happened, bro, when men have done dozens of years in prison, and then they meet up with their victims, and they're able to talk about it, and they're able to understand, you know, what got us to the place that put us in there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's just awesome. And, you know, this year we're going to be doing 2 cities. So we're going to Phoenix on November 2nd. That's huge, guys. That's big. Fresh Start this year is going to be able to be in 2 counties, in Maricopa County and Pima County. And you guys know Phoenix is 4 times larger. So it's a lot more moving parts. So I need a lot of prayer. Because still to this day, and you know, when our Fresh Start team comes together and we start meeting every month, I mean, that's a lot of work just to manage that, a city of 1 million people. So just imagine going to Phoenix and all of the outskirts and the other cities, surrounding cities. But as Mayor Romero said, Fresh Start is doing God's work. I always kept that to heart when our mayor says that, because that helps me to stay anchored to the mission of helping our brothers and sisters. And they're not just felons to us. They are our friends. They are our family. We personalize them. We humanize them to be our brothers and sisters. That's what I always call them. These are my brothers and sisters, even if I've met them or not. You know, we want them to be able to have a jump start in their life. They should get all the resources. And not only that, I believe that if their children, college and stuff need to be taken care of, you know, and I want to get Fresh Start to a place to where, you know, we have a Fresh Start Foundation, you know, a scholarship fund, to where we can take care of their kids' college. And, you know, because a lot of their kids are growing up without their parents because they're in prison.
Yeah, and those kids are going to prison.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. I can't tell you how many families I was in prison with, from dad to kids and all of that, uncles, aunts, everything, bro. It was crazy how many. And the kid comes up and 18 years old.
Yeah.
He's in prison. And there's dad.
Yeah.
You know, and they're on the same yard.
Yeah.
That has to be changed, bro. And we have to get into their lives before. So we know who's in prison. We know who has kids that are in prison.
Yeah.
Let's have access to that, bro, so that we can start working with them and make sure that there's visitation. Make sure that there's reconciliation. Make sure that people understand, you know, what did he do it for, bro? Did he do it just to feed a habit, or did he do it to feed his kids?
Yeah.
You know, it makes a difference, but either way, we got to help him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's get him the rehabilitative and behavioral health stuff that he needs. Let's get this guy the training that he needs so he can get a sustainable wage that he can take care of his family.
Yeah.
And that's what Fresh Start does, bro.
Yes,
we don't just do the legal.
Right.
Because we got jobs, we got behavioral health, we got housing, we got all of those things. We didn't have it at the empowerment clinic as much.
Yeah.
But we want that to be smaller. So many people were so happy at the empowerment because they weren't mobbed.
Exactly.
You know, and they could give individual attention.
That's exactly right.
And for us, that's very cool. When we get to see that, and we get to see people actually on they're taking their Saturday, giving up their Saturday to make our lives better.
Yeah.
Right? And they're spending that time valuing that individual, and that individual walks away from that feeling valued.
Yeah, yeah, you're exactly right. And then at the end of the year we do a holiday giveaway. We were at Palo Verde, and I think we served because we did a drive through, and I think it's about 400 some cars. I mean, them cars kept coming. I mean, we were like, wow.
But so did the gifts and the food, though, bro.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they brought more boxes. We brought
more
gifts.
food. Yep, brought more gifts.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, so we sometimes we don't highlight that as much to make sure that families actually have what they need. So yeah, Fresh Start really looks at that holistic approach in regards to helping people that are in need. So yeah, we just don't do the big events, and now we got the clinics, but we still do the holiday share and giveaway where we gave out food and tons of toys. We probably had around 400 cars. We did a drive-through, and about 400 cars came through from 9 to 1.
Yeah.
And I mean, they kept coming all the way up to 1. We closed the gate and like, all right, that's it, right?
How about the personal shoppers, though, bro?
Yeah.
Those volunteers that, I mean, for every car, they went and personally shopped for that vehicle and all that. Man, that is so cool. Our volunteers
put
are
it
the
in
coolest,
the trunk.
bro.
Nobody had to get out. Nobody had to go around looking for stuff. We already had the bags and the boxes for them, and we gave them the service. We said, "Hey, pop your trunk. You don't got to get out. Or park.
Here's a food box, and here's gifts for 5 kids."
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
And so many men that came. I had a few fathers because we have our ego, we have our pride, and I know I got pride too. So. For them to see tears in their eyes, be like, man, look, this year I can't do it for my family, but you guys are helping me be able to do it for my family. It's stuff like that warms my heart and say, you know what, that's a win. That's a win I can sleep with. Yeah. And that's what it's about, making our city better. We're not fighting or competing with other organizations. If anything, we're catalysts. We try to bring other organizations to the table so that more services and resources are there to help our community. I mean, man, that's just what it's about.
And we're raising awareness, bro, all over the place, and not just in the community.
Yeah,
we're raising awareness in the prisons.
Yeah,
we're going back into the federal prison, and we're going to do the reentry simulations for every institution all in one day.
Nice.
And yeah, so I mean, very cool, bro. And they give us a voice to speak to their staff.
Right.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Let an inmate, an ex-con, talk to staff about how they should treat inmates.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a thought, bro.
Yeah,
maybe that's a novel approach.
Yeah.
Maybe we do know best what we need most.
So, Tom, give our listeners, especially our brothers and sisters, because I know now they have tablets and things like that, and so there are some people actually listening to our show every Saturday in prison. I think sometimes we're really in our shows we should speak about what are some best practices people is getting ready to be released to start working on. Like what is that list? What's that bullet points?
I'll tell you right now, because I'm so acutely aware of it, because the guy we talked about, Luke Kerner, last week, he's the RSAT at the minimum security up there in the RSS also. And he's an inmate doing natural life, bro. And he's teaching these courses for guys that are getting out. And get in that course. Get involved in the courses that are getting you ready to be released. Yeah. If you get in that early, then we can help you as soon as you walk out the door, because your parole officer is going to hand you an identification, social security card. All of the paperwork that you need is already going to be done. You can start all of that stuff in advance. You can start all this stuff for us to get you before a judge on your fines. So within the first couple of weeks, you could still be on parole and we can get you in front of a judge.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the hardships is you got to pay $65 a month for parole fees. And you just got out. They cut you a check for $100.
Wow.
Of your money.
Wow.
So, right?
Yeah, bro. So when some of the things we saw, something as essential as having a working phone.
Yeah.
Is crucial when you're getting out. I know a lot of times you don't think about it, but you got to have your ID. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people talk about not having an ID or we help people get their suspended driver's license back, so you can get your driver's license back. If you don't have money, they got phone tents. to where you can get a free phone, a working phone, and you're gonna need that because you probably need to be staying connected with your employer or parole or probation or whatever that looks like.
Yeah, part of their stuff is through a text that every day they have to contact for UAs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, automatic. That's why we get our guy out there for the orientations.
Exactly,
for Fresh Start's phones, Access Wireless.
Yeah.
They come out and they phones and tablets, man.
Yeah,
and
tablets.
Yeah, that's just wonderful, bro. And they actually DKA, another organization we work with, the girls there help you work the phone.
Nice.
They'll teach you how to work a phone because some of them dudes been in there 10, 15, 20 years, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And this technology is just so beyond.
For sure.
But now they do have tablets, and now they are able to do. Luke does a blog on Facebook, which is really cool. I mean, they're able to do stuff like that, and they're allowing them access to things that are going to enhance their life.
Yeah.
The new director, got to give him credit, man. I mean, he's starting to do some things that are going to change lives in prison.
That's good. I mean, I'm really glad to hear, and one of the things, too, is anytime that you hear there's a job fair for family-friendly employment and housing. Listen, guys, the only reason why these things are out here is you guys got to come out and support it.
Yeah.
If they keep putting these events together with low attendance, that stuff goes away.
They'll stop.
Right, and I think we don't articulate that
tired.
enough too. Yeah. So if you hear any kind of job fair, Tom would tell you, I would tell you, please show up.
Yep.
Show up in strong numbers because you have to show if people are going to put in the time. And you got to think the people that's actually doing this not getting the extra pay or getting a bonus to do this. So that means that we're getting professionals and organizations to take the time out to provide these services. But we have been to events where the numbers is not supportive. Okay. And we don't want people to get discouraged and say we don't want to help formerly incarcerated people. So my strong opinion and advice would be anytime you hear of any kind of event like that, please show up. Get your family, friends, your neighborhood. Let's show up in strong numbers so that we can show the vendors that you do care about yourself.
Yeah. We
can't want it more than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that needs to just be said.
No, absolutely, bro. And I say it at the orientation every week, man. We stand up here and tell you all the things that we think you need, but you're the one that knows what you need.
Exactly.
And all you need to do is stand up and say it, and somebody's going to come and help.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it works now. And you may still have this thing up in your head, that cage mentality, that box mentality.
Yeah.
Let go of that, man, because your life is different now because people out here actually care about our future. Yeah. They care about what happened to us. They care about what's happening to us.
Yes. So we want to encourage you to keep pressing on, doing what you need to do. Don't lose hope. Don't lose your faith. Keep fighting, but prepare. If you know you're getting released in the next several weeks to the next several months, get yourself together. Readiness is everything. As a doctor, I know what patience is. I mean, you can have the best clinician and specialist in the world, but if you're not mentally and emotionally committed and ready, then we're wasting everybody's time. So readiness is key. Get yourself ready. Prepare yourself so when you're released, you can be able to take some great of these resources. All right, so we got less than a minute and 20 seconds. Tom, what resources that we got going on?
I'll tell you, people need to take advantage of the public defense legal clinics at the public defender's office. They're giving you free legal advice. They're helping you with paperwork to set up your stuff that you can go before a judge. You can come to the Fresh Start Clinic and get a judge to take care of stuff. They also have the homeless court every third Friday afternoon. Judge Blue, what a dude, bro. And that dude on his time off, come on, man.
Yeah.
And in the Civil Rights Restoration Clinic, which is Andy Silverman over at the University of Arizona Law Center, if you at least go out there, check it out, support the people that support us. You might learn something and you might be able to step up and help us help people.
Yes.
Because we need volunteers, bro. We need people to help us help others.
That's right.
Because we're reaching big numbers now.
Yes. So come on out. You heard the opportunities. Volunteer. let's make a sacrifice to make a difference for a cause that's bigger than ourselves. We just want to thank all of our partners and all our listeners to listen to us every Saturday morning. We'll be back next Saturday at 7:30 a.m. at the Fresh Start Show, 106 The Groove. So let's go. Let's make a difference in our city, and let's make sure everyone deserves a new beginning and a fresh start.